Hello, everyone, and welcome to Life Coaching Access, your daily access with professional certified life coaches brought to you by Life Coach Philippines. So, Life Coach Philippines is our community of professional life coaches certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. And this is a bona fide institute bona fide mental health institute that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. So Life Coaching Access is our service to the community. We aim to help individuals experience the process of transformation through the platform of life coaching. So if you want to know more about our international classes and coaching services, please connect with Coach Rizel at 0917-586-16614 for assistance. And I am Coach Kay Zabala, and my segment for this, my segment for today is Insanely Loved, and it's titled "Insanely Loved: Changing the Game of Transformation." And your access with me is every Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So please tag your friends, please tag them in the comment below and invite them to join our conversation this afternoon. You may also post this Facebook Live to your timeline and your FB pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. So please do share because sharing is caring. All right. So this afternoon we are already on our episode number 24, and the specific topic is a heart. I'm going to share with you a heart without borders. So some tips on how do you nurture, how do you cultivate a heart without borders. So why a heart without borders? Because as I promised you, my episodes for this March would be all about expansion. So I call it my expansive March. And then before we get to the meat of my discussion, this will just be short and sweet. Um, Allow me to introduce myself first to you if this is the first time that you are meeting me right now online. So I am Coach Kay Zabala, and a professional certified life and mental health coach. So both my certification as a coach and as a mental health practitioner is from the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Again, that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. But we have here our mobile certification program that is in the Philippines. And Master Coach Adet Porto is the global partner of the institute. So what I do as a professional is I help families communicate to connect so that families can really stay glued in love and respect and collaborate towards one goal and thrive together. So we know for a fact that the family is constituted of different individuals, but the individuals, the family members, are moving towards a collective goal. So if they're able to communicate, if they're able to connect, and they're able to collaborate, then for sure they'd be able to achieve the goal that they have set for them as a collective, as a one whole family. All right. So I'm the taker and partner for the advancement of life coaching in Eastern Visayas. That is in Region 8. So this is now we are 63 certified life coaches here, and we're a growing tribe, and we continue to really fulfill we continue to do this to advance the profession, because the heart of really the movement here in Region 8 is to put one life coach, to certify one coach for every family, because that particular coach will be the start, the beginning, the seed of the culture of change, the culture of empowerment and transformation. And from we start always with one family, and then eventually we will get to the really the heart of all of this is for us to end in a one humanity, one big family. Like that is a one humanity. And lastly, I'm a relentless advocate, and I am an unstoppable worker for prevention and intervention for family mental health. So I do what I do because it's all for mental health, really to safeguard mental health, to help individuals safeguard their mental health, and also families, communities, and organizations. Because Really, our lives are in our heads, and we cannot in any way compromise our mental health, because that's the only way that we can serve powerfully our mission and our purpose here in this journey called life. All right. So, if I encourage you to be very intentional this afternoon by really showing up and really sharing your pack my bag moments. So, meaning these are your insights and your aha moments that you'd like others to know about, to learn about. Because again, sharing is caring. And please add to your post hashtag pack my bag moment, just so we can collectively um, really gather all your comments, and we'll be able to respond to them appropriately and accordingly. And then also please include in your posting hashtag mental health begins with me, because ultimately this is what we want, and what we push for, what we advocate, and it's really mental health. And where else to begin than within ourselves, because everything begins and ends within us. All right. So I'm talking about expansion for the whole month of March. So why expansion? Because really, if we first let me share with you just the simple definition of expansion. So it's the action of becoming or growing larger or more extensive or size and space. So why do we need to expand? But you can see on your picture right in there, like two photos that would capture like it, it represents expansion in my mind. And really, it's we're talking about growing, extending in size, 'di ba? Nag-extend, tumutubo, nag-grow, extending its reach, 'di ba? And so when we extend our reach, we extend territory. So could it be geographical territories? It could be like you're a family and you're expanding, and then there's another family, and then there's now a big community, so we continue to grow, and it's really extensive. But in this case, nothing is set in stone. So again, I'm a coach, and I honor the uniqueness of every individual experience. So what I'm sharing here is really a product of my independent practice and my practice as a professional life coach, and also my personal experiences. But nothing here is set in stone. So these are just ideas that you might want to consider as you get on your journey, your own journey of expansion. So why the need for that? Why do you need to expand? So allow me to share with you my whys for my expansion. So why do we need to expand? So the first really is that greatness is your nature and design. This is my like note to self. Greatness is your nature and design. For you who are believers of God, diba, we always say we are created in the image and likeness of God. So if we are that, then we are also, our nature and our design is really greatness. So why do we need to expand? Because when you are great, if that's your design, if that's your nature, then it's your nature to expand, to become great, to grow, like to grow exponentially, or however you want to call it. And then the second is the great humanity is in great need. So, di ba lahat to nilagyan ko ng great, because really we are all made of greatness, created to be great. So, the great humanity is in great need of our expansion. Whatever it could be our business, it could be our practice, it could be our hearts, anything really. It could be our generosity, it could be your hard work, anything can be expanded. And it's really because that's the natural movement, the extending, the expansion of oneself, because we are made of great. We are made to be great, diba? So the great humanity is in great need. So kailangan po tayo. So whatever it is that we can offer, it is much needed. Especially right now as we are in the pandemic, di ba? Ang daming kailangan, daming crisis. We are facing really a lot of challenges with this season. And so, what is needed? So another reason why you would want to expand. In my case, this is the reason. So it's your great love and great service that will fill the need. So there's the need of humanity, for something really big. And what will fill it in? It's really great love and your great service. And then, because of that, when we are able to really give our great love and great service, then we will surely and certainly be able to create great impact and abundance, because that is our birthright, or ano ba, well, it's not birthright, but really the grace and the destiny, the grace of destiny, and that's a great impact and abundance. So four things. You may have your own reasons why you would want to expand, why you would want to advance. So please do feel free to share it in our comment section so we can interact with you. And also, again, by sharing, we are also showing our care and our love to other community members. Okay? So we have four. Greatness is your nature and design. So you are really designed for that. So the moment you deviate from it, you will suffer because there is that disconnect, di ba? Because when it's your design, you are able to resonate with it. But when there is, when you are deviating from what you are designed for, then there is dissonance, there is misalignment, there is disconnection. So if you're able to do that, so focus on your greatness, because that's really your design. So you will naturally expand. Then it is second, it is humanity is in great need. The third is our service and our love will feel that need. And then the last one will be great impact and abundance. This is our destiny. Okay, so how do we know that you have a heart without borders? Diba? Imagine a heart without borders. Like just extending, 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 limitless, diba? It makes me smile actually thinking about it. And while I was preparing for it, I really had fun. Like it's a very simple sharing, really. This is really very simple. And I took off from my sharing as well last week, which was the mindset of someone who is the expansive mindset. So now, how do you, last time was mindset. Now, what is the heart of someone who wants to advance, who wants to expand? From the simplest thing to the biggest thing that you would want to do. How do you expand? And it's really because you have a heart without borders. And what are the indicators really? So I am sharing with you here three key indicators, or how can you tell that the person has a heart without borders. So I am just mentioning three, but if you have your own, please do feel free to share it in the comment section. All right. So the first one, it accepts what is. A heart that is without borders accepts what is. So meaning, there is humility to be present, to be fully present and be in the present moment. Accepting what is at the moment, what is in the moment. And because you have that, the only reality that you abide by, you stick to, is really the freedom to be in the now. Right? I always say this, the past is gone, the future is yet to come. So the only thing that's really real is the present. So whatever it is that you have right now, tangible and intangible, these are the only things that are real. That are real. All the rest are just stories, really. The stories of the past, diba? The stories of the future, or anticipation of the great future. And because when we are able to live in the present moment and really have that freedom to just appreciate, to accept what is, we feel enough. And all of these four things, you can add more to it depending on your experience. All of these things really allow us, like if you have this heart, then how could you have a heart that is bounded by boundaries and restrictions? Diba? So there's humility, you live in the present, there's freedom, and you are enough because you are focusing on the present moment, on your present experience. Next, it is grateful. A heart that is without borders is anchored on gratitude. Because as we always say, when you are grateful, the meaning of life is unlocked. And when we talk about gratitude, a grateful heart is a heart without borders because that heart acknowledges abundance. Look around you, look around us. Isn't it right that we have an abundant world, an abundant universe? Like, really, the space, whether it's the unseen and the not the unseen and the seen, it's really abundant. Imagine you on the plane. Like, di ba you can see from afar, like miles away? And you can just see the vastness of Mother Earth. And so when you are grateful, you're able to see that. Gratitude really is the breeding ground for everything that's possible. And when you're grateful, there is room, there is space for abundance. And you receive abundantly. You also give abundantly because you are grateful and there is fullness of life, right? And the third one, it is inclusive. I'm only mentioning three because really, when you look at these three, they are really encompassing. Alam mo yun? Very holistic and very, like this one, inclusive. And what do we mean by inclusive? No one left behind, right? When we talk about inclusivity, there's no one left behind. And when we talk about that, I have here four elements when we talk about inclusion. Meaning, first and foremost, there's love, there's honor and respect of every single person beside you, with you, and for you. And then there is compassion. There is compassion. You're able to feel the love and the compassion for another person. And all of these things, these are really universal feelings, universal values, which will enable us to foster and to cultivate and to achieve unity. A heart that is without borders expands. We always hear about the word dominance. It just popped into my mind right now, like dominance. How do you dominate? And I think it's we can dominate even in expansion. But I would say that really for us to expand is to be inclusive. When we are now able to focus on the vision, which is really serving our biggest, our one big family. And that is the one big humanity. Diba? So it may seem daunting to others, but really, ultimately, every single day, what we do, everything that we do, everything that we are, is a part of a bigger macro thing. We're all part of a big, um, just a big, what do you call this? It's really the universe, really. What the universe is so big, and one humanity is just part of it. So we can only expand. We can only expand when we are inclusive. Diba? When we are inclusive and we make sure that no one is left behind. So again, how do you foster a borderless heart? How do you foster a heart without borders? So expanding, expansive heart. So three things. So three indicators. But of course, if you have more, so please feel free to add it in the comment section below. So three things. So it accepts what is. So meaning focus on the present, focus on what's happening, and wherever you are right now is good enough. And then the second one is it is grateful. It's gratitude. A heart that is grateful is really the breeding ground for expansion, the beginning, the start of expansion. And lastly, it is inclusive. A heart that is borderless is inclusive. Um, left, it doesn't leave anyone behind, rather embraces everyone. Because again, we are all moving towards the vision of serving for one big humanity. And then, my question to you now, before I give you my question, I want to share this with you. This is really the principle that I held, principle or the quote that I held so dearly in my heart as I've been doing the advancement here in Region 8. And it is that the heart of takership, when you desire to advance, like in our in our case, in my case, it's life coaching profession. Um, I brought it here in the in Region 8, and that's the expansion. Really, you can only go as far as you allow your heart to be. You can only go as far as you allow your heart to be. And this is in relation to the relationships that you have, expansion of your heart. Who do you accommodate? Who do you say yes to, diba? And if it's anchored on inclusion, then whoever would want to get into your space and whoever you would welcome into your space, they can stay there. And this is really expanding, extending your relationships, your business, everything, all your endeavors in your life. So you can only go as far as you allow your heart to be. So I leave you with this question. Where is your heart right now? What does it beat for? And where does it want to go? How far does it want to go? True to its um, characteristic, true to its character, which is borderless, without borders, then it's limitless. The reach, the extent, it's unending. I always say this, we are all designed for greatness. And because of that, while we are alive, while we are still breathing and alive, we will just continue to grow, to transform. So layer upon layer upon layer of transformation until we become the best version of ourselves. And when is that really? Like, when is that best version? Because if we are of greatness, then it's limitless. Di ba sabi ko? So when is that best version happening? Allow me to share this idea with you. That really, the best version could be seasonal, but ultimately, on our deathbed, when we're about to go, that's really our best version. Because not until we are dead, di ba? We will continue to grow. And growth, like massive growth of every person, is only possible. Massive expansion is only possible and can only begin with a heart without borders. So, if you are in that season right now where you want to expand, you really, you have so many exciting plans set out for yourself, and it's okay to get help. It's okay to receive support and to really have that exchange. And I'm a certified life coach. And if you are in this season where you are ready to receive help and support, feel free, feel excited and ecstatic to press the help button, diba? Those are my details, and let's cultivate that and nurture that heart of yours that knows no borders. All right, so thank you very much. Thank you so much. And really, this is it's been a wonderful afternoon. And as we end today's episode, let me invite you to visit our coaching hub, that is Decaf Coffee Republic, and it's located at Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and Capitolio, Pasig City, just across Bayanihan Center. So our coaching hub is open physically from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. only, but virtual operations is 24 by 7. And we offer coaching services on demand any time of the day, any day of the week. So please connect with Coach Rizel through 0917-586-1661 for your coaching needs. And thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon, for joining me today. And see you again next week for another episode of Changing the Game of Insanely Love, Changing the Game of Transformation. Alrighty. Bye, everyone. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Thank you and bye-bye. See you again next week, Tuesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Bye.